So, um, been hearing about this movie for a while. I feel like it was supposed to come out in the summertime, right?
Oh, really?
Or was it supposed to come out
I
now?
think it was supposed to come out during this time. I don't just believe it was supposed to come out in this method.
Good
Supposed to
point.
get a theater release and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the idea of the story is like he's a musician
Artiste.
that has a sudden accident and kind of has to go back and really figure out about what he wants in life, because his whole life he's kind of been feeling down about how things have been going.
Right.
But through the movie, you
Yeah.
kind of learn that he's been looking at things technically the wrong way.
Yeah.
So man, what were your highlights?
I would say the characters in the world and just the whole semblance of everything, especially the main character himself, Joe. And I just really like how we got to go. We got to witness his life,
Oh.
and
dope.
that stung hard to me because it's just like I don't think we as people take enough time to look at ourselves from another perspective.
Yeah.
So that kind of hit hard for me, just that he got to experience himself through somebody else and kind of see how he was reacting and how other people reacted to him. So that was my big takeaway from the movie because I thought that was a very important aspect.
I think for me, it was a lot because at first I wasn't too thrilled about the movie. I thought, kind of thought Jamie Foxx's voice was off for the character
Oh, okay.
for some reason.
Mhm.
I was like, that's not believable to me, right? But then after he passed away, I was like, damn, that was sudden. My man just died, right? But I think as the story went on, I started to realize that he thought his passion was music. He thought that was his purpose on life, right? And, then to see 22 in his body, he realized that he was seeing things all wrong. He thought after he got the gig that was it. His life is done. He's fulfilled his purpose.
Yeah.
But after seeing 22, he realized that it's much more than that, and that he was missing out. I just thought that was so amazing. And then for him to even go and see himself in the past, he was like, I didn't see it like this, right? All the L's that he took, trying to be an artist, pretty much slowed his life down. He didn't find a wife. He didn't have a family. He was chasing that dream, his passion, right? But he wasn't really taking it. He wasn't really living life. I thought that was an amazing message, an amazing movie. So that was my big takeaway.
Yeah. So as far as the things I enjoyed, I love Jamie Foxx's Joe. Initially, I was just like, isn't that supposed to be Jamie Foxx's voice? I only heard it a couple times initially, because most of the time I was just like, that don't sound like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Tina Fey is 22. Man, she was hilarious.
Man.
Felt it.
Love everything that she did with the character. Man, she was one of the best parts of this movie. I love the whole body swap thing and the whole idea of seeing yourself from another point of view.
Yeah.
I love the counselor Jerry's.
Oh,
They were hilarious.
They were funny.
The Jerry characters were hilarious, man. You can't give them enough credit because I was dying laughing, especially at the one that kind of looked like a mouse that went to Earth and kind of snatched the wrong dude and kind of messed his head up
My
when he
man
brought
was
him back.
shook.
Yeah. It's like, stop eating this processed food. That whole moment, I could see some people throwing their cheeseburgers at their TVs like, shut up. But anyway, I thought that part was hilarious. But the life lesson in this movie about just doing and enjoying life as opposed to focusing solely on a specific thing. I think that's one of those things that one of the reasons why when Pixar puts something together, you normally say, you know what, I'm going to check it out. Because Pixar always throws a life lesson in every one of their movies, and they always find a way to make it make sense. The whole idea of when you're in the zone, you're damn near close to death.
Ooh.
In a sense. Like, I was just
That was
like,
dope.
holy shit.
That took me for a spin because I wasn't really paying attention until I was just like, hold on, like you think about when you're in the zone, you're really at like in some sort of tranquility.
Yeah.
When you're focused on music or anything like that, like you just really get taken to a place. So
it's
that,
almost like an outer body experience for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that whole idea, I really love how they executed that, and it was a really seamless way to tell the story.
Especially with the characters, where they had the hippie, the people that were like in meditation and things like that.
Yeah, like
you know?
'cause he's in his own all day.
Yeah, all
With that
day
little
spending that sun. And I took heed of that because I be seeing some people spending signs. They be loving it. And I just like, me, myself, I'm just like, man, I don't ever want to spend a sign for a job. But when you see somebody like that enjoying what they do,
Yeah.
it's just like that whole look kind of got me like, man, they might be in the zone while they be doing that. They might be at peace with what they're doing right now.
At peace, no distractions, just kind of like really connected to self. I just thought that was really dope.
And the funny thing about it that kind of hit me was like, so I had kind of interaction with like the daycare provider. I went to pick up like the little daycare application, and she was like, "How's work going?" I was like, "Man, it's work. It sucks, And then she's just like, "Yeah, I feel you." I was like, "At least you work for yourself." She's like, "Working for yourself ain't all it's cracked up to be." It was just one of those real life moments where it kind of just like hits just like the movie hits. Like, you're doing what you want to do though, and you're still not necessarily happy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's kind of part of what this movie was trying to do. And I think that's why I appreciated it so much.
Well, one of the scenes that stuck out the most to me was the barbershop scene.
Oh, that was fire.
And that scene right there really just had me, for one, saying shout out to Pixar for showing the authentic, real black barbershop experience. I really loved how much they captured in that, 4 or 5 minutes of scene time. It hit so much just from the natural scene of it and everything like that. But, with his barber saying, he never wanted to be a barber. He wanted to be a veterinarian.
Yep.
And, how
things happen.
You can afford it. And he was like, well, now you're stuck doing this and you're miserable. He was like, hold on. I'm not miserable. I love what I do. And just for that whole aspect to get told.
You were born to be a vet. I thought you were born to be a barber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because he said it. He's like, this guy was born to be a barber.
And that really just got me like, that was real. Like, I've heard people talk about stuff like that before in the barbershop. How, they got to doing this and why they love doing it now because they like talking to people. They like meeting people. They like conversating with people and everything like that. So that hit hard. And I just really love the whole seeing how 22 is talking to everybody about life and everything, and they're just sitting there so interested. Yeah, because that's a real thing.
And he was trying to tell her to shut up. Like, no, don't talk. Don't say nothing in the barbershop. You don't belong here.
And that's what I love. The fact that he was just like, I never knew.
She had a whole different outlook on everything.
Ooh, but the thing is, he was just like, I never expected you to talk this much. He was like, why? Well, you never asked. And I think Joe was just like,
damn,
I'm so self-absorbed. I've never really took the time to talk to my barber. And people don't know, like, barbers appreciate that.
Hey, man.
You ask how they doing, what's going on with life, like.
Because they normally know so much about their clients, but their clients don't know much about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And you can learn a lot by talking to your barber, man. And plus, he'll keep your hairline extra crispy because he cares about you. I'm just saying that's a tip.
He'll cut around the little swirl area too. Make sure that part's good.
So, do you guys have any lowlights?
It's hard to say because I watched the movie twice.
Oh.
Because I enjoyed it. Once I watched it, with my family and my fiance's family, everything like that. So. But I wanted to watch it again. They were like, "Oh, you already watched it?" I'm like, "No, I'll watch it again."
Watch that
But I mean, I would say that the movie kind of surprised me because when I saw the trailer, I thought the movie was going to go one way.
Yeah.
I thought the movie was just going to be all animated from a standpoint of the souls and everything like that, and that was what I was kind of like worried about. Because it's just like, this is the first black focus-centric Pixar movie.
Love it.
And I was worried that it really wouldn't touch on that element because we've seen so many black characters in animated form, but not really get the spotlight. But they really surprised me of the amount of balance that we had between reality and the soul aspect of it, and that was going to be my low light, but the movie smacked me in the face. It was just like, no, we know what we're doing.
No, we fine.
So I can't say that I have many low lights about the movie because I think it was all executed in a fine manner, and it didn't, throw too much at you. It gave you like just enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have a low like. I have a soul like. For sure like, I think the part where he got a chance to talk to his mom, right?
Yeah.
I think that part right there really was the highlight, and for him to be that cat, right, and just kind of just sit back and see him interacting with his mom and them opening up and sharing that moment, and then him getting the suit from his mom.
Yeah.
That right there was so powerful, and to me it just kind of showed like his mom was just trying to protect him by telling him to get a job and do this and that.
But that's normally the case.
I connected with that scene so much, and I'm glad they put it in. So that's my for sure like right there. Shout out.
Yeah, I'm sitting here just scrolling through the movie and trying to pick out something that I didn't like, but I can't really do it. I felt like the time was managed appropriately. The movie's an hour and 46 minutes. It didn't feel like super long. It felt right amount of time. It didn't feel like anything was rushed. Everything was taken with delicate care. It's hard for me to pick out something that I didn't like about this movie. I feel like they did a great job with it.
I almost had a low like with Darnell Rollins, but he ended up doing really good. I was really scared when I heard his voice. I was like, no, not Darnell.
Yeah.
As the barber.
Yeah.
That because he has such a distinct voice, right?
Yeah.
And I follow his content. Yeah. But he did such a good job. Like I'm so happy they put him into these roles. Like. And like a lot of these actors are pretty much star-studded, or at least ones that I'm familiar with, and I don't really see them on big projects like this. Yeah. So I was so happy for that. So shout out to that as well.
I love the cast of this movie.
Oh, everybody's perfect.
It's great.
Yeah, so look, man, as far as my final thoughts go, man, look, this was a great movie to watch on Christmas. It's a great movie to not watch on Christmas. It's a great movie to watch today, New Year's Day. I think if you have not seen Soul, you should definitely check it out. It'll have you reconsidering things. And I love music that does that. I love movies that do that. TV shows that do that. Anything that puts your life in a different context to make you think about things, I think it's a really good piece of entertainment to consume.
Most definitely, man. It's most definitely a must watch. I'm kind of like happy and sad that, this couldn't come out in theaters because I think it got more people to see it.
Yeah.
But I could see the big effect this would have had in theaters. It would have been nice to see it in theaters.
You can go watch it in theaters.
Oh, it's in theaters as well?
You can't get nominated for the awards if it's not.
Well,
in theaters.
I'll just say for the people who not going to theaters like myself, I'm glad this was able to reach. I think it's going to reach a lot more people throughout this method because I believe that you need to see this movie, not only just for the story alone, but the animation and then it was beautiful as well. I thought it was really, really well done, really original with how they did the what they call it, the Great Beyond or whatever, and everything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they did a good job telling the story about life and death. Thought that was really powerful. I like to see my comedians doing something a little different, like really proud of what Jamie Foxx did with that. I was like, it was a little different hearing Jamie like that.
Yeah.
Did an amazing job. I feel like they tackled such a big issue and sprinkled a lot of small things into it. Man, I'm definitely a must watch, especially with family, to reflect. And I feel like this is the type of movie that can change somebody's life.
Was Jamie the one singing in the train in the subway station?
I think so.
I thought that was Jamie singing too.
I think so.
I could have been wrong, but I feel like Jamie. Jamie ain't about to do a movie like this and not sing.
Because I was
His
like,
voice sounds
Jamie.
too damn good. I remember when he first dropped Unpredictable. I was just like, whoa, he
Woo!
can sing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I remember him singing on the Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
But
that Unpredictable hit different though.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa, DJ play another love song? I was like,
yeah, woo.
Yo, Jamie, what the hell? You stop acting.
Genius, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So final grade.
10. I give the movie a 10. It's that easy.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 10 as well. I think it's a great piece of Pixar work right here. They killed it. They usually do an amazing job. They did a great job with both incredible movies. Up is pretty good. You know, like they just are Monsters Inc. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not so much Monsters University. They Cars Part 1. Like normally, almost all the Part 1s are classics.
Notice he's
Pixar.
refraining from saying Toy Story.
Which
This
Toy
time
Story is trash.
No. Best movie.
Trash. Super trash. And that Buzz Lightyear thing is probably gonna be trash too.
Haters. Haters.
I'm gonna give it a 10, and I'm gonna raise the roof with that 10. You know
There
what
you
I'm saying?
go. You got a lot of soul.
So shout out to this, man. Amazing movie.